Hello, friends. Welcome to Humanology 2434. That rhymes nicely. Happy Wednesday evening. Let's do stretching. Okay. Ah. Okay. Now let's do jumping. Okay. Okay. Good, good. 5 minutes break. Thank you. Woo. Good exercise. Nice. Oh. Good evening. Welcome. Okay, grab some drinks. All right. Okay. Almost ready. Ah, all right. Good evening. Happy Wednesday evening. Okay. Yeah, the brightness adjustment in cell phone, good. And how? Give me 1 second. How do we do? That's like, yeah, it's horrible. Yeah. Uh, okay. Yeah. A little bit more. There we go. Good. Uh, so welcome, welcome. Good evening. So nowadays I'm taking a break from mathematics. I just use my spare time to watch like Korean TV shows, and yeah, finished watching that the Descendants of the Sun. Welcome. Good evening. Yeah, we're talking about Korean TV shows. Okay. Yeah. So that was good. Okay, the Descendants of the Sun. I mean their title, Descendants of the Sun. I don't know. Well, I am forced. English is my second language, okay, but I think grammatically, is it Descendants of the Sun or the Descendants of the Sun? I don't know. I'm not a native English speaker, okay, but I'll say it's more common way to say the Descendants of the Sun. That's my guess, okay, but I don't know. English is my second language, okay, so anyway, so that TV show, it's good. Okay, I liked it, but I'm not gonna watch it again because I just too much violence in that movie. Okay, so it's not comfortable with me. Okay, but I liked it. I did cry a lot, and it was well written, and I can see there's some influences from American TV show 24, with like Jack Bauer and stuff. Okay, so yeah, I see some influence from that. Okay. Yeah, good evening. Mighty Proud Future Leaders. Yeah, martial arts, education, career development. Thank you. We're talking about Korean TV show, okay? So, like, and then I went to internet, like, what other, because I finished watching it, okay? So it was good. It was good, mostly. I mean, at the end, like, removing the third wall, there was no unnecessary scene. They should have edited that out, but and some like dating uh they're adults, okay, they're in that TV show probably they're like mid-30s, early to mid-30s, okay, so yeah, they're all up to date, but the some scenes are unnecessarily long, okay, so uh yeah, and but overall, yeah, good TV show. Enjoyed it, okay, so overall, yeah. And there's some it's in Wiki, okay, so Descendants of the Sun. I would say I just put the in there. It just flows more naturally in my opinion, okay. So the Descendants of the Sun, whatever. Uh is at the end like they have some behind the scene somewhat documentary style, yeah, and then so some of the actors actually not martial artists, okay, but they did so well. So I thought they were martial artists, okay, but no, there's some other sports that they did, but not martial arts. Some actors, but I thought they were martial artists, okay. Of course, they have martial arts instructors for the TV show, okay. Yeah, but I thought they were martial artists because they did so well, okay. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, we're talking about Korean TV shows, okay. Yeah. So then some actor and actress after the TV show was filmed and they actually ended up getting married, okay, and for 2 years and then they divorced, okay. Uh and which is understandable. I mean, in the TV show, the converse dialogues they are written by professional writers, okay, and in South Korea, and so in the TV show, the dialogue scene is very beautifully filmed, like a cinematographer, lighting, hairstylists, makeup artists, and but the actress is very good-looking lady, but she got two piercings in each ear, and I did not like that. That's horrible. For females, just one here, one here. That's it. No more than that. Okay, that really annoys me. Okay, so that's just horrible. But other than that, she's a very good looking lady, and so the actor actress ended up getting married for 2 years, then they divorced, and that's understandable because in the TV show, yeah, professional writers, hairstylists, makeup artists, and cinematographer, director, writer, lighting technicians, the sound technicians, right? Is everything is perfect, right? It's ideal kind of TV show. Is what? Yeah, good evening. Yeah, we're talking about Korean TV shows, okay? Yeah, yeah. 많이 profiteers, yeah, 많이 좋아해주시는 거주로 thank you. Yeah, so question, sure. Hmm? Yeah. Ah, welcome, welcome. Yeah, good evening, good evening. Great to see you. Now let's get 5 minutes break for Korean, okay? Then I will talk more about that Korean TV show, okay? Descendants of the Sun, okay? Isn't Vicky, okay? 5 minutes. Okay, thank you. Yeah, my profiteers, 5 minutes. Thank you. And I start cooking my dinner. Oh yeah, so let's talk about that TV show. It's kind of funny stories actually. So look, I'm not making fun of people who get divorced. Okay, those things happen. Okay, so because we cannot predict the future. Okay, so again, dating, wait until you turn 27, okay? So you need to know about people and the world and financial stabilization. So marriage, wait until you turn 29 or something, okay? Okay, you need to know about people, okay? And get financial stability, okay? So okay, marriage. Okay, let's talk about marriage. A little bit family law here, okay? Because I have practiced family law in my past, okay? So marriage is a contract between male, female, adults. So contract law applies, okay? Meeting of minds is based on consent between two adults. That's what marriage is. It's a contract, okay? So two people have to consent. Well, at least in civilized countries, okay? They need to agree to marry male and female adults, at least in civilized countries, okay? Modern, modernized countries, okay? But when it comes to divorce, they do not need to consent. Let's say husband want to stay in marriage, but wife don't want to divorce. Then she can divorce with a court, file in the court, okay? So it's called ex parte divorce, one-sided divorce, because the husband and wife do not have to agree on divorce. Again, it's contract law, okay? Uh, Contract, there are two parties to the contract. They agree to make this contract, but one party can get out of the contract. Of course, the other, the the party that want to get out of the contract need to pay some damage if there's some damage for not fulfilling the contract to the end. Okay, so but in America, yeah, it's no fault divorce. Okay, they don't really care about who initiated the divorce. It's just equitable property division. Okay, no matter who caused the divorce. Okay, they don't care about that these days. They used to back in the days. Okay, it's called no fault divorce in America. Okay, okay. Why is there a good law? I think it is. Why? Because it has the U.S. Constitution. Okay, freedom of assembly. This kind of expanded over the decades, couple 100 years. I don't know. First Amendment. What year was that? I don't remember. Did I used to know? Maybe not. I'm not a law professor, but I'm a lawyer. Okay, so First Amendment. Okay, is the freedom of assembly. It's been expanded. It's like in general, freedom of association also, which implies and entails freedom of disassociation. Okay, in a work setting, whether it's governmental agency or private company, you do not constitution does not really apply there. Okay, you know, school, classroom, or company or governmental agency at work. When we are in a meeting, we cannot exercise freedom of speech there. Okay. Freedom of association. No, it does not apply. I mean, there could be classmates or work colleagues that I do not really like to be around, but I have to be around them. Okay, it's different from like some social setting. In social setting, after like we punch out of school or work, social setting, restaurant, or it could be for mature adults, dating setting, or it could be bar, club, restaurant, whatever, social setting, social club, or it could be a church or religious organization. In those settings, yeah, constitutional freedom applies because we are not at work setting. Okay? Because in work setting or school setting, those are contracts. Okay? If I go to school, I have to abide by the rules there. Like I have to be quiet in the classroom unless I raise my hand and it's my turn to speak. Okay? In the work setting, same way, there are rules. Those are contracts. It could be employment contracts or in a school setting. Actually, as a student and teacher, there's the money transaction. You pay the tuition, or maybe you get student loan and pay back the student loan. Okay, and those schools have rules of conduct for students and teachers too. Okay, so it's kind of like a little bit like contract because money is involved. Yeah, students paying for tuition. Basically, students pay for professors' salary by tuition. Okay, so it's not exactly like employment law. Technically, it's like students, they are the boss. Teachers, professors, not in public school. Public school is different settings, paid by taxpayers, okay? Like high school, middle school, elementary school, K-12 system. But in college setting, yeah, students pay the tuition, right? Or students' parents, or students take out student loan and pay the professor's salary basically, okay? So I take employment. If we look at employment law, it's basically students are paying the salary of the professors. So students are kind of more like employers. Professors, they're kind of like students' employees. Okay, but there's a hierarchy, right? So that's what not why it's not exactly like employment law. But it's based on contract. Okay, 5 minutes break for correct. Okay, yeah, we're kind of like going everywhere today. Okay, like continuing legal education and Korean TV show, sure. Okay, welcome back. We are back. So, let me do my hair. Dude. That's just, I'm sorry, but look, I'm aging. Okay, just on my hair department, losing my hair. Hopefully, return somehow. Okay, so contract. What is contract in contract law in continuing legal education? Contract is private law, okay, between two parties, kind of temporary private law. It governs the conduct between two people or two parties. It could be between two companies, okay? Rules of conduct. So by writing contracts, these two parties are being like legislators. They are making their own rules, own laws, okay? For example, school contract. You must be in time, class. Do not come late because you arrive in the classroom in the middle of the class, it's too distracting to other students. And do not make any noise during the class. Again, if you're distracting to other students, they're paying tuition too. So if I'm distracting other students by being late or leaving early or making noise, I'm infringing upon other students' right. They pay for the same tuition like I did, okay? Or will pay after student loan payback time, okay? So I cannot basically if I'm making noise and distracting other students and doing the class, basically I'm taking their money to myself. It's like theft, okay? Because they are losing money investment to pay for this class because of me, because I'm being noisy, because I'm late, because I'm leaving too early during the class, okay? So I'm taking wasting their money because they're trying to pay attention to the class, you know. So those are the contracts in school setting, okay? Then that kind of contract could be thought as unconstitutional because this contract is restricting my freedom of speech right, First Amendment, okay? But those private contracts between two parties, like between school and students, okay, yeah, it could be thought as unconstitutional, but it is allowed. Why? Because U.S. Constitution is meta law. It's a law of governing. It's a higher law. That's what Constitution is. Constitutional law is higher law that governs lower law, like state statutes, federal statutes that are written by legislators, yeah, politicians, elected officials, okay? Or it could be agency law, like federal state governmental agencies. Those are the top level, like department top, like secretary or commissioner. Sometimes they are appointed by U.S. president or state governor, and then was Senate, federal state level Senate confirmation. But lower ranking officers in those state federal agencies, they are just hiring process. They apply for job and then they get hired. Okay. Sometimes they write agency regulations. Okay, which is kind of like a low level laws. Okay. So those governmental laws, it could be by legislatures or some agency employees. Those laws have to be constitutional. So Constitution governs governmental laws. That's what Constitution does. Constitution does do that. Okay, because those state, federal governmental agencies, they basically govern people. Okay, so what U.S. or state constitution is modeled after U.S. Constitution. Okay, what Constitution is saying is, yeah, you cannot restrict the freedom of speech of the citizens of the country, federal level, United States. Okay, or state level residents of the state. You cannot make a law restricting freedom of speech. So that's what Constitution says. Okay? So, welcome. Yeah, good evening. Yeah, we're talking about continuing legal education, okay? We are talking about law in general, okay? So, good evening. And now, we talked about this before, okay? Even governmental agencies, state or federal level, like FBI, CIA, Secret Service, right? They may restrict some special agents who go undercover assignment, okay? They're like spies, okay? Undercover, okay? They may restrict those special agents' social media activity as an as a federal agency like FBI, CIA, Secret Service, okay, they may restrict their special agents' social media activity because some of them are undercover agents, like spies, okay? They need to hide their identity. And that's allowed because we are not talking about, yeah, they're federal agency, government agency, CIA, FBI, Secret Service, okay? And they are restricting their employees' social media activity because they have to go undercover missions, okay? Secret missions. And that is allowed because, oh, thank you. It's just whiskey, that's all. Plain vanilla whiskey, okay? Yeah, thank you. Welcome, good evening. We're talking about constitutional law, okay? Thank you, thank you. Now, let's take 5 minutes break for chorus, okay? Yeah, my professional doors, martial arts, education, health development, okay? Thank you. 5 minutes for chorus, okay? Thank you. Good evening. And welcome. Yep. Okay. Okay, welcome back. We are back. Some brand new adjustment the cell phone real quick. Okay, yeah, welcome. Yeah. Hey, no drinking and driving. No drinking and driving. Okay, yeah. Let's go with the warning this time. Okay, no, do not drink and drive. No, that's illegal. Okay, don't do that. Okay, but let's go with the warning this time. Okay. Uh, Now, back to continuing your education. Okay, so employment law, constitutional law, contract law, all that stuff. Okay, so some interaction there. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, thank you for the compliments. So let's say FBI, okay? They restrict FBI as a federal agency, governmental agency, and but in an employment setting, okay? They can restrict some of their special agents' social media activity because they sometimes go undercover work, okay? Like secret spy, okay? So they need to hide, some of them need to hide their identity, okay? FBI or CIA, Secret Service, okay? And that's allowed by Constitution because Constitution is about government action. Controlling Constitution is about controlling government action toward the general citizens. So Constitution is not about governmental agency as an employer regulating their employees. It's Constitution not about that, okay? It's not Constitution's purview. Okay? It's about governmental action toward US citizen or state residents, okay? That relationship between governmental employees toward the citizens. That's what Constitution regulates, okay? So if FBI come up with some FBI agency rule, hey, if United States citizen write some negative comments about us, FBI, then we'll arrest you and we'll put you in prison. That would be unconstitutional. Okay. Because they're restricting freedom of speech, okay? But when it comes to FBI as an employee to employer toward their FBI federal agent employee within that agency as a that's a relationship between employer and employee, right? So US Constitution does not regulate that. Okay. That what regulate that employer employees relationship, that's more statutory level. Like it could be, yeah, it's federal agency in this example, so it'd be like federal employment law in the United States Code, okay? Like when FBI employer hire new recruits, FBI agents or some supporting employees, they are not allowed to discriminate based on gender or race. Because there's some United States code like Civil Rights Act, whatever, federal statutes that prohibit employment discrimination based on gender or race. But can FBI discriminate against age? Yeah. Why? FBI basically they're police officers, federal level. Okay, so when a criminal who violates some federal crimes, FBI agents they have to run after them, so they should be able to run. Old people, I'm 48, I can run, but I cannot run too fast, like I used to. Okay, okay. Mhm. You're right. Yeah, federal agents, I mean federal employees in general, they're not allowed to smoke marijuana. Okay, so in human rights school, we are against marijuana because we are also against tattoos and piercings in human rights school because marijuana, tattoo, piercing, or illegal drugs, like nowadays, like magic mushrooms, you can't that restrict your employability. Because some employers do not hire people who do that stuff. In federal level, yeah, they do test for marijuana. They cannot hire people with marijuana smoking. Okay, so yeah, so in human rights school, we want you to get good jobs and do not restrict your employability. Okay. All right. Now 5 minutes break. Vocal rest. Okay. Thank you. Now time check. Has it been 1 hour yet? Not yet. So 5 minutes break. Okay. Thank you. All right. Okay. Right. Okay, so like statutory level, that's what regulates, controls the employment setting. Okay, statute, it could be federal or state level, anti-discrimination in hiring. Okay, no discrimination against gender or race. Okay, and but age, that's allowed, discrimination against age, because FBI example, they need to run after criminals and they need to run very fast to catch up with the criminals when they run away. Okay, so yeah, so that's why age is relevant criteria. Actually, I tried to be FBI. Okay, that was last year. Welcome, good evening. Yeah, I'm okay. Last year I was 47. Now I'm 48. But last year I was unemployed for 8 months. Okay, so I did apply to FBI, okay, but they did not get back to me because they have age requirement, and I was older than their age limit. Okay, they did not get back to me. But for the record, I wanted to. Well, I was interested in FBI. Okay, so yeah, for the record, I applied to them. Okay, yeah. So, but they did not get back to me. Okay, welcome. Good evening. Yeah, we'll talk about like employment setting. Okay, yeah, welcome. Good evening. And FBI, they have kind of similar like PT test, fitness, physical fitness test, okay? Like in the army, okay? So yeah, they like pull-ups, running and sprinting, like short distance and long distance and push-ups. They do have that kind of army style testing, okay? So yeah, I was working for it, okay? I like working out, okay? And then I realized, yeah, I can run, but I cannot run. My running speed these days, well, last year when I was 47, I could not meet the running standard, FBI running standard. So, okay. Yeah. Yeah, true story. Do I go to the gym? Yeah, I do. Yeah, sometimes. But mostly I exercise at home. Okay. Or running in the park, running on the trail, outdoors, okay, like running in the neighborhood safely. Yeah, but I do go to the gym every once in a while. But I have my weight set in my home, so yeah, push-ups, sit-ups. I can do pull-ups. I have some pull-up gear at home. Yeah, but going to the gym, yeah, every once in a while. Yeah. But I exercise every day. Yeah. Mhm. Yeah. Uh-huh. Oh, caffeine. Yeah. Well, I do not drink coffee. Okay, I used to when I was younger. Okay, but I want to sleep at night. Okay, but Diet Coke, I drink it once in a while. Okay, it does have caffeine there. I know. But coffee, I used to drink coffee. Mm, yeah, when I was in Los Angeles. Okay, yeah, decades ago. But these days, what do I drink? I drink a lot of water. Okay, or some zero sugar juice. Yeah, yeah. 5 minutes break, okay? For chorus, thank you. Yeah. Mighty proud, future leaders, measures, education, career development. Thank you. Okay, let's get back to this Korean TV show, The Descendants of the Sun. In Korean word, yeah, Korean phrase, the 태양의 후예도. Okay, now what kind of animal, insect is that? Is that mosquito? If so, let me go get that insect. I think it's a mosquito. Okay, yeah, let me go get it. Yeah, I think it's a mosquito. Okay, yeah. I'm gonna induce to come near because it's too far away. Come closer so that I can catch you. I think it's close by. Ugh. Ugh. Ah. Ah. Yeah, so learn martial arts, okay? When you become a better mosquito catcher. You see this mosquito? Well, yeah, learn martial arts, you become better mosquito catcher, okay? So, yeah, so I call it. There's school work out there. Whew. Yeah. Give me a minute, please. Let me get rid of this. Right. Uh, there's nice work out there. Mosquito catching. No, let me get some vodka here. Okay, yeah, that was a nice workout. Mosquito catching. Uh-huh. Catching mosquitoes is a lot easier than catching like fruit flies. Mosquitoes, they're slow. Fruit flies, they're like ninjas. Okay, they're extremely fast. Anyway, so the Korean TV show, yeah, the Descendants of the Sun, it was very well produced. Okay, and now let me add some fictional elements, comments, commentary. Okay, fictional. I'm gonna add some fictional elements in the commentary of that show. Okay. The actor actress in that show did get married after the show. Okay, and but they got divorced in 2 years. Okay, so one possibility is this. Okay, and this is a very well produced TV show. Okay, so writers wrote their dialogues. Okay, and the writers of that show, my guess is that they're not as good looking as actors and actresses in the TV show, okay? Because I mean, writers, they're great. I'm a writer myself, but I'm also an actor, producer, writer, director. I do all that stuff, okay? So yeah, I'm smart, so I'm creative, so I think I'm a very good writer, okay? Yeah. But on top of that, I'm also handsome, in my opinion, okay? So I think I'm a very good actor as well. Uh, in my opinion, I think I'm a good-looking, good actor. And also smart, creative, multi-talented writer, filmmaker, I producer, I do it all. Okay, so but most writers they do not look as good as they do not look as good as actors and actresses. Okay, most writers. Maybe that's why decide to become writers instead of actors and actresses or models. Okay, I don't know. I, again, it's fictional element added. Okay, because I'm also a writer. Okay. So, in the TV show, yeah, actor and actress, after the show is over, yeah, they got married, but they got divorced in 2 years, okay? But in that TV show, it's so perfect, right? Lighting, hair, they hire like professional hairstylists, makeup artists, martial art instructors. and writers, cinematographers, editors, sound boombox operators, sound technicians, okay, and like lighting technicians, okay. Yeah, welcome. Look, Dugan School, okay? Yeah, martial arts, education, career development, okay? But your name is a little bit controversial, okay? So I recommend you to change your name, okay? Yeah. Dugan School, okay? No dating until you turn 27, okay? So, okay? Yeah. Now, we'll take 5 minutes break, okay? So, but yeah, martial arts, education, career development, okay? Thank you. 5 minutes, okay? Thank you. Yeah, Nielsen will correct. Thank you. Yeah, Dugan School, okay? Yeah. No dating until 25, 27. 5 minutes, thank you. So it kind of fictionalized review of the TV show, okay? So and it's behind the scenes stories, or after the scenes stories, whatever. Okay, so but the way they portrayed this romantic couple, a special forces soldier and a medical doctor, okay, they're very elitist and they're very good looking, and so they started dating, okay, yeah, some courtship. And the dialogue, very well written, okay, like by professional writers in South Korea, okay. Very witty, humorous, romantic dialogues, okay, written by writers, most likely not as good looking as those actors and actresses in South Korea, okay. That we might guess. I don't know. I don't know. Some educated guess, okay. Because writers, look, they're kind of bookworms, right? Well, they go to college, they read books in the library. Writers, I'm a writer myself, but I'm from kind of writer though. I do not read much. I just write like whatever. And nowadays, I don't really go to clubs, bars. Too expensive, inflation situation. Okay, but I used to back in the days when I was younger. And I would like go to karaoke bar, sing and dance. Right? Yeah, I like having fun. Okay. Nowadays, I sing and dance right here at home because it's just cheaper and easier. And I do not drink and drive, okay? And it's just cheaper this way, easier this way. I'm 48, okay? Yeah, drink and sing and dance right here in my house, okay? Could be weekday nights or weekends, okay? So I do it safely, okay? But when I was younger, yeah, I go to clubs, karaoke bars, and sing and dance in public. I used to do that, okay? But I'm also a writer, okay, but I'm the kind of writer who really like having fun, and like I do not yeah I read in the internet in my cell phone, Wikipedia articles, some internet articles. Sometimes there are some court opinions because I'm a lawyer. Okay, PDF download on my cell phone on my bed in my bedroom. Okay, I do read. Okay, but when it comes to novels, literature, I what I read is like Wikipedia plus summary. But those books are too long. I'm an amateur writer, okay? But I think at least a decent writer, okay? In my private opinion, I think I'm a very good writer, okay? But professional writers, they major in whatever literature, okay, in their universities, and they do all this mandatory reading assignment, like actually reading novels, right? Like classics, like I don't know, maybe Odyssey, Iliad, like Greek tradition, all those, or more modern books, right? Oh, thank you for your appreciation. Thank you. Yes, so professional writers, they may major in literature in their 4-year college, and they do all this reading. Okay, I took one English literature class when I was in Madison, Wisconsin University. I got a B. Okay, because they gave us reading assignments, and I did read some of those books. Some other books, I read like a couple of pages, and then I'm not going to read this stuff. It's just this is no good. This is not a book worthwhile to read, although it was mandatory to read. That's why I got B, not A, B, not A. I got B. Okay, I was a computer science major. Okay, but I did take 3 credit English literature class. So modern American English literature class. Okay, so some books I liked it, and I did read cover to cover. Okay, some other books I just read a couple of pages because this book is not worthwhile reading, although it was mandatory. So I did not read that some books cover to cover because it's just it was no good. No, but I was computer science major. Okay. But like literature majors, they will have to read those books, whether they are boring or not, because this their major. Those are the professional writers, okay? Me, I'm computer science major, okay? So there's a difference between professional writers. Well, there are some, I'm sure there are good-looking professional writers who want to have fun, okay? Some professional writers did not major in literature, okay? Oh, thank you for concern. Yeah, I control my drinking, okay? Yeah. So my professor does. Yeah, 5 minutes break. Okay. Yeah. Martial arts education academy. Okay. Thank you. My professor. Yeah. Thank you for your concern, but I do control my drinking. Okay. Yeah. 5 minutes break. Walk rest. I'm checking now. I think it's been 1 hour. Right? Yeah. 5 minutes break. Okay. Let's ventilate. Okay. Yeah. Get some oxygen. Yeah. All right. Uh, Welcome, good evening. I'm sorry to bad mouth other writers, okay? So, yeah. Welcome, yeah, yeah, yeah. Good evening, yeah, yeah. Welcome, welcome. Okay, my proud future leaders, yeah, martial arts, education, career development, okay? Thank you. Yeah. 두 분은 school, okay? Focus on education, career development, okay? Thank you. Yeah, thank you. So, I'm kind of taking liberty, some allowance to stereotype stereotypical writers, okay, if I may, okay. Look, I'm a writer myself, so I'm fictionalizing this situation, maybe comedyizing situation, make it a little bit funny, comedy, okay. Yeah, so writers, yeah, they go to four-year college majoring in literature. Not all of them, but most of them. So you can tell bookworms, nerdy, geeky, okay, bookworms. They are mandated to read boring books sometimes. Other times exciting books, but they have to read boring books because they are majoring in literature, okay? And some books are very boring to read, and I did not read them, okay? Because I was not a literature major, I was computer science major, okay? I just took that class, okay? And I like that class actually, except some boring books, okay? And I did not read them, okay? Because I want to be happy, you know? And boring books, if I read those boring books, I was like, I mean, if I read boring books, maybe it will make me a boring person. Or perhaps even it will make me unhappy person because this book is boring, okay? So if I read it just to get an A in 3 credit English introduction to English literature class, but again, I'm adding some fictional element here because I'm also a writer. I write novels, okay? So fictionalizing it, okay? So if I read this boring book just to get an A in this 3 credit English literature class, so I have to make a choice. Yeah, I may read these boring books and get an A in this English literature class, 3 credit, okay? But what if I become a boring person because I read this boring book? Is it worthwhile? I do not want to be a boring person. What if I become an ugly person just because I did this boring book and I become very unhappy person? Oh, I'm reading boring books and I become an ugly person because I'm so unhappy. It's not worthwhile. Okay, so I put those books down. Okay, because I want to be handsome, I want to be happy, and I want to be exciting person, not a boring person. So that that's why I did not read those boring books. Although there's some compromise, I had to pay for it. I did not get an A. I got a B. To me, that's good enough for price to pay to be handsome, to be happy, to be exciting person. Because I did not want to pollute my soul, my spirit, my intelligence by reading these boring books. Okay, so yeah, I think that's good enough trade-off, compromise. So that's why I made that decision to not read those books. Some of the mandatory assigned books, but they're no good. Okay, and yeah, I did not get C. I got B. To me, that's good enough. Compromise, trade-off, good price to pay. To be handsome, happy, and exciting person. So I made that decision and I do not regret it. Okay. Yeah. So when it comes to human school, okay. I'm not saying you should not read those mandatory books. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that's what I did and I don't regret it. I do not regret it, okay? That's what I did and I do not regret it, okay? But I'm not recommending people to do what I did. No, I'm not recommending that at all. Do good in school, okay? Get good grades. I don't think you become ugly person because just because you read mandatory boring books, okay? Again, I added some fictional element because I'm also fictionalist writer, okay? So, right? Yes. Do good in school, okay? Get good grades. Do homework assignments, okay? So, okay. 5 minutes break, thank you. Book arrest, okay? Yes, so because human school, okay? We write fiction sometimes, okay? Novel, short story, okay? So, like short film, movie, okay? 5 minutes, thank you. Yes, so back to Korean TV show, the sons of the descendants, sons and daughters, the descendants of the sun, okay? Sky, the shining object, sun, star, okay? So, yeah, so my guess is that, like, I don't know, maybe the writers, they are possibly even as good looking or even better looking than those actors, actresses. I don't know. Never met them. Never seen them, okay? So. Uh, but maybe not as good looking. Okay, I don't know. I don't know. I'm just fictionalizing this commentary here. Okay, Korean TV show commentary. Okay, but the lines are very beautiful. Okay, they're good writers. Yeah, mostly it's in Korean. Okay, there's some English sentences in the TV show, but the thing is, they're Korean actors. Okay, and they did hire some foreign actors, actresses as well. Okay, so but some foreign languages, some English, but mostly Korean language. Okay, so yeah, and sometimes I have to turn on the caption because they've I have accent, I know, but they have even thicker accent. Okay, because I'm in America. Okay, I'm kind of Americanized, Korean American. Okay, so I do have thick accent, I know, but they're Koreans. Okay, mostly. Their accent is thicker than mine. Okay, so I had to turn the English caption when I watched the TV show. Okay, because I wanted to understand, but I couldn't sometimes. Okay, okay, but I was like that when I was in high school in South Korea. Okay, and but mostly lines. sentences in Korean language. Okay, I don't have to turn on caption. Actually, sometimes I did because there's it's like 2016 production, 10 years ago. There's some language evolves. Okay, so there's some new words, phrases in Korean language. Okay, I did not quite understand what they're saying. New words, new phrases in Korean language in South Korea. Okay, so I had to turn on some English caption because I did not understand what they're saying when they speak Korean language. Okay, new words, new phrases. Okay, so English caption. Okay, oh, that's what they're saying. Okay, because I wanted to understand. Okay, so I'm not making fun of their accents. No, no, I wanted to understand what they're saying. Okay, whether it's said in English or Korean language. Okay, yeah. So I sometimes have to turn the English caption. Okay, so but yeah, so in romantic scenes, they're like what 25, not 25, they're 35 in that those characters in the TV show, Korean TV show. Okay, it's like 35 around there. Okay, and then it's Korean special forces soldier and the medical doctor lady. Okay, dating. Okay, so the sentences are very beautiful, very romantic, poetic, sometimes humorous, written by professional writers. Okay. And yeah, it was filmed so beautifully. Okay, the lighting, like sunset and everything, the wind, sandy beach, and the car driving scene and rescue scene. Yeah, great writers. They appreciate their writing skills in South Korea, where they are from. Okay, well written. Okay, I'm a writer myself. Okay, so in Alaska, America. Okay, so yeah, good writing. Okay, but after the show was broadcast. Okay, now show is over. Okay, so production phase over. So yeah, actors, actresses. Yeah, now they can take a break, right? And they got married. Okay, and it lasted 2 years. Okay, so but in the TV show, very idealized. Okay, professional makeup artists, hairstylists, martial art instructors, writers, lighting technicians, sound engineers, and the writers who wrote those romantic dialogues. Okay, but after the show is over, yeah, they got married. Romantic couple in that TV show. Okay, maybe it was not that ideal. Maybe it's more real. Okay, because they're great actors, actresses, very good-looking people. But after they got married, maybe it was not that idealized. Maybe it's more like realized situation. Maybe they're not as educated in literature when they talk in private as married couple. Okay, maybe it was not as idealized version of romantic conversation as married couple because now trend as writers. Maybe they did not read those literature books. But my guess is that they're not major in literature. Okay, so do you see what I'm saying? Maybe after 2 years they got bored. Okay, so it's not as interesting as in that TV show. More idealized romantic couple, more reality, right? Yeah, maybe they're not as well educated in literature as those less so good looking writers behind the scene. So that's one possibility. Because I don't know what happened. Okay. I'm just making some educated guess here. Okay. But divorce happens, okay, that's fine, okay. Modern days, modern times, okay. Yeah. So cool. Okay. They go their separate ways. And find somebody else who's better suited for their lifestyle, profession, who knows, okay. So things happen, okay. So everything's fine, okay. So. Now 5 minutes break, okay. I'm kind of getting drunk, okay. Now how many minutes do I have left? Well, 30 minutes. Probably more than 30 minutes, okay. So uh, 5 minutes break. Okay. More than 30 minutes left, okay. So. Yeah. But no dating until 27 and no marriage until you turn like 30, okay. As a general guideline. There could be exceptions, okay. 5 minutes break, thank you. Okay, maybe we can talk about some linguistics, okay, like Korean language and English language, because I'm Korean American. I live in America. I grew up in South Korea. Okay, born in America, grew up in South Korea. Now living in America. Okay, so yeah. So next TV show that I started to watch, the English translation is off. Okay, it's Korean TV show. The title is like "What's Wrong with Secretary Kim," but that's not correct translation. Okay, uh, Korean language title 김비서가 왜 저래? Okay. It's quite neutral. That's wondering. Secretary Kim, she's a little bit different today. Okay, so what's going on with her? Okay, so the correct translation from yeah, 김 비서가 왜 저래? Okay, to English, it's like what's up with Secretary Kim? Like what's up with Secretary Kim? Not what's wrong with Secretary Kim. That's too negative. Okay, that's not correct translation. 김비서가 왜 저래? What does it mean? Literal translation from Korean to English. Uh, why does Secretary Kim behave that way today? Okay, so it's not right or wrong. Secretary Kim is doing today. It's not right or wrong. There's no judgmentality here. But incorrect translation from Korean to English, what's wrong with her? No, that's not what it originally meant, but in Korean language, okay. Like, what's up with her? It could be positive, negative, but she's behaving different today. Yeah, so what is up with her? Not what's wrong with her. No, it could be something good. But they're Koreans. They live in Korea, okay? They're Korean TV show people. So I understand because I grew up in Korea, okay? So, but that's incorrect translation. But I lived in Korea like for 19 years, okay? I lived in America, okay, 48 minus 19. It's been a while since I did mathematics, okay? So 48 minus 19. 19 years in South Korea. I'm 48, so 48 minus 19. Yeah, 29, okay. So it's about like 20 years in Korea, 30 years in America, okay. To round up, to make it easy, okay. So yeah, there's another Korean TV show. I did watch like maybe 5 minutes, okay, but I did not like it, okay. It was like 응답하라 1990s, something like that. Yeah, I did not like that TV show. So I stopped watching it after maybe 5 minutes, okay. But Korea from 응답하라 1980 in Korean words 1980년대 1990s okay. 응답하라 1980s. They translate to English as reply 1980s. 응답하라 1980년대 okay. Reply 1980s. That's wrong translation. They should have said like respond 1980s. It's not reply. Okay. Yeah, there's subtle nuance difference in English words, languages, okay. Vocabulary, okay. Reply meaning, yeah, you write me something in the email, I'm replying to you. Okay. 응답하라 in Korean language, it means like answer me. I'm demanding your answer. Talk to me. Answer me. Write something back to me, okay? So it's more respond to me. Okay? I think that's better translation. In my opinion, okay. So, hmm? 응답하라. That's like I need your immediate response, like right now. It doesn't have to elaborate like long sentences, paragraphs. 응답하라. It's like just say something. That's like 응답하라. That's what it means in Korean language. Okay. But reply, that's like 답장 보내줘. It's like yeah, I wrote you long letters. Okay. It could be like love letters. What are long letters? Okay. Many questions. You have to long reply. I have like 10 different questions to you. I wrote you an email, letter, paper bound, stamp, several pages. So reply to me, answer my 30, 50 questions, please. Tell me how have you been? Reply to me. But take time. It does not have to now. It could be 2 weeks from now. Take time. Reply to me. long letters. Yeah, take 2 weeks, please, if you need it. Reply to me though. Because it's been a long time. Okay. Just like reply to me. Long take long time, okay? But respond to me, yeah, yeah, just one word. Yes or no. Respond to me. I need your response, immediate response, like next 5 minutes, okay? Respond, please. That's what it means in Korean language, like 응답하라. Like respond right now. It's immediate situation. Like kind of urgent, okay? I just yes or no, okay? Just one word. That's what I need. It's next 5 minutes, okay? 응답하라. That's what it means in Korean word, okay? Response, immediate response, okay? Quick, short, sweet, okay? But reply, that's like 답장해라. More longer time. It's not urgent situation. So they got that wrong translation. Okay. So now what am I doing? Well, am I teaching English or Korean? Whatever. Welcome to human school. But linguistics is important. We know foreign languages here. Okay. But we want to get it right. Okay. 5 minutes left. Thank you. Time check now. What? We have 10 minutes, 30 minutes. Huh? Uh, more than 10 minutes. Okay. Less than 30 minutes. Yeah. 5 minutes left. Thank you. Yeah, language. Yeah, we love languages. Okay. Yeah, linguistics. Very cool. Yeah, language. Thank you. Yes. So the next Korean TV show I'm starting to watch. Yeah, I'm gonna retranslate. Okay, because they're not translate correctly in my opinion. Okay. Yeah. What's up with Secretary Kim? Okay. I started watching it. Okay, and then this because I think it's at least I like the casting. Okay, the guy is not the most handsome guy in South Korea, but his acting was good. Okay, So I guess kind of fancy corporate world in South Korea. It's kind of business story. Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of interested in that too. Okay. So. And the lead actress, yeah, she's good looking lady. Okay. Yeah, sure. Her acting, yeah, it's pretty good. Okay. The lead guy, I mean, he's not the best looking uh, South Korean actor, but his acting was good. Okay. Okay. So I'm gonna give them a chance. Okay. So. Mhm. Because between Korean TV shows, okay, that I watch, I pass by like maybe five different Korean TV shows because it's poor taste or not good music or like the lead actor, lead actress, that's just they don't know how to act or they're just not good looking or too slow pace, too much violence. I just pass. Okay, but I look on the internet. Okay, yeah, the best free Korean TV shows in like Viki or YouTube or TV. Okay, yeah, the streaming services. Okay, so because inflation situation, I will have to watch. I cannot spend money. Okay, I have to watch my money. Okay, so it has to be free. Inflation. Okay, yeah, but I pay for internet service, right? Yeah, that's what I can afford. Okay, so I live within my means. Okay, I do not want credit card, loan, debt. I don't want that. Okay, I live within my means. So I eat ramen noodles. Yeah, fresh vegetables from Walmart, frozen vegetables from Walmart, ramen noodles, and zero sugar juice, and yeah, protein. Yeah, frozen chicken, hot dog sausages, the cheapest in Walmart, okay? And Bolognese hams, cheapest in Walmart, cheapest, most affordable, okay? But they're delicious, okay? They're good brands, ramen noodles, fresh and affordable fruits, vegetables. I do not want credit card. I live within my means. I do not spend more money than I earn. And I know how to do that. I'm a humble person. Okay. Hmm? Yeah. What you like these days? Okay. Like this very affordable generic brand what? Cream cheese, right? Generic brand. Very affordable, okay. It comes in a block, okay. And very affordable ramen noodle, okay. Yeah, so cream cheese and ramen noodle, okay. Together. Well, uh like sandwich cheese, they're not sliced, they're exuded like from like liquid phase, okay. And the most affordable ones in Walmart, okay. And then the nacho corn chips, the most affordable in Walmart, okay. They goes well together, okay. And I think they're quite healthy too. While watching the Korean TV shows, okay. In Alaska, my car, alone. As a happy single, okay. Affordable food, okay. So yeah, as long as I have food, water, shelter, I'm a happy camper. But that's quite fictional elements there, right? Because I'm a writer, fictionalist, okay? I write novels, okay? Filmmaker is totally fiction, okay? Somewhat. Yeah, I do buy cheapest, most affordable vodka, most affordable whiskey, and quite affordable cigarettes, okay? But I do drink and smoke in moderation, though, okay? So I'm an adult, I'm 48, okay? Like late at night, well, not too late, okay? But evening, weekday evenings or weekends, okay? Yeah, in moderation, okay? So it's, yeah, I'm just being honest, okay? That's what I do, okay? So 5 minutes break for correct, okay? Now, how many minutes do I have? 20 minutes, 15 minutes. Yeah, about 15 minutes. So 5 minutes break. Okay, thank you. Maybe 3 minutes break, okay? Thank you. Okay, so we have about 10 minutes left. Yeah, so I mean, if you want money, power, fame, that's fine, okay. But if you want money, power, fame, yeah, pursue it safely, legally, morally, ethically, okay. Do not do anything illegal, immoral, unethical. Now, let me redo my hairdo. That's not illegal, immoral, unethical, okay. Maybe a little bit cheating, hiding my balding spot from my side hair because I'm losing my hair on top. Whatever, was nothing illegal, immoral, unethical. Okay, maybe a little bit cheating, but yeah, whatever. Okay, so I do my best to look cute, presentable. Okay, yeah, as an actor, performer. Okay, because human school. Okay, so yeah, so let's get back to that Korean TV show, The Descendants of the Sun. Yeah, there's some positive message there. Okay, happy ending and survival, even like resurrection. Okay, like yeah, it's very well written stories. So I appreciate the writers in the TV show. Okay, as a writer myself. Okay, very well written. Okay, yeah. So congratulations. Okay, yeah. It was very successful production back in like what 2016 or something. I read about it in Wikipedia. Okay, I learned about that TV show like about 2 weeks ago, maybe a week ago. Okay, I was impressed. Okay. Yeah. So these Korean TV show writers, they are very good at making audience cry, and I did cry. Okay. These Korean TV show writers, they're very good at making audience cry, drama, right? Heartfelt. Okay. Yeah, they're very good at it, and I did cry many times. Many different Korean TV shows. Okay. They're very good at it. Right? Yeah. Good writers in Korea. Okay. I appreciate it. Okay. How about me? I'm more like comedy writer, okay. But am I good at making people laugh? Maybe not too much, right? But do you know what I'm good at? I'm good at making myself laugh. Okay. Am I good at making people cry as a writer? I don't think so because I don't like writing sad stories. No, I want to be happy. I do not want to be sad. So when I write some short stories, mostly that's what I write. Okay. I wanted to make it happy, funny, comedic. Because I like bright stuff, sunshine. Okay. I want to be happy. I don't want to be sad. Yeah, so I want to be more like people laughing, smiling, comedy. Okay. That's what I write about when I write short stories. Yeah. But am I good at making people laugh as an actor, writer, comedian? Maybe just a little bit, but maybe not too much. But I'm very good at making myself laugh, though. Okay, so maybe I'm a selfish writer. I write my short stories, sometimes novellas. Okay, longer than short story, but less than long novel. Okay, everything between. Okay. I write the way that would entertain me. Okay, and yeah, the movie therapy too, film movie too. Okay. Yeah, wrote I made a movie in order to entertain myself. Okay. So I'm kind of selfish performer, okay. No time check. 10 minutes left, right? We'll take 2 minutes break. Vocal rest, okay? Thank you. Yeah, it was a human show, okay? Yeah, human school, okay. The moral of the story, we want to be happy, okay? Yeah. But have a good job though. Entertainment business is my spare time to entertain myself. But when am at work, I serve other people. Okay? Promise, thank you. Okay, so yeah, so like let's talk about this like American cartoons, okay, Batman, Superman, okay, it's like schizophrenic in a good way. Double life, right? Even in Matrix movie, okay, double life, okay. Yeah, we have day job, okay. Yeah, like Monday to Friday, 8 to 5. Okay. We serve other people when we are in the job. We are professionals, okay. But when we punch out, clock out, it's our time, right? So the way I lived my life, 48 years, okay, after I punch out, clock out of school or job, I want to entertain myself. It's my time now. But I do not do anything illegal. No. Just drink alone in Alaska, America, at night, okay, so, like this. But I do not do anything illegal. No, I do not want to go to prison. I do not want to harm people. No way. I love people. Okay. But within those legal limits, I'm in Alaska, America. Okay. So I do not do anything wrong. Okay. But I use maximum capacity in Alaska, America. I want some creative outlet. I want to entertain myself. That's how I write these short stories. Okay. Fictions. Peaceful. Nothing bad, no crimes, no violence there, no hatred. Just something funny, something would make me laugh. But do I have other people in mind? Actually, I do not. Okay. I just want to entertain myself. Yeah, therapy for the mental for a movie. I was a full-time computer programmer. Okay, when I was in LA, Los Angeles, California. Okay. I made that movie in order to entertain myself, satisfy myself. Okay. Did I have audience response in my mind? I did not. Okay. I just made a movie in order to satisfy myself. Okay. But I did my best because it's kind of private conversation between me, Hunkley, and the divinity. Okay. So it has to be right. It has to be correct. Editing, the music, that all myself. Okay. Acting, editing, cinematography, it has to be, it has to meet my standard because I was serious about filmmaking back then. Okay. Later on, in Alaska, it was like 10 years ago, right? I'm still in Alaska, okay. Yeah, but 10 years ago, yeah, yes, the physics, mathematics, right? Brand new theories. It has to meet my standard in science, mathematics, economics, linguistics, because I have high standard. Okay. So maybe we'll not get recognition, maybe get buried amongst many academic papers published in the internet. I'm okay with that. Okay, but it's a private conversation between me, Honky Lee, and the divinity, the eternal. I have to be honest with myself. I have to be honest with divinity. It's very religious when I do science and mathematics, okay? It has to be correct. Yeah, other people, I love people, but it's not about them. When I do science, even when I was making the therapy for myself for a movie, It's a private conversation between me, Huntley, and the divinity, okay? Alone in the Mojave Desert in California. Self-informed, okay? Now, alone in Alaska, America, let's do mathematics, science, right? Humanology. Very poetic, right? Philosophical. Okay. But that's not a fiction, though. A true story. That part, there's no fictional element there at all. It's true story. I'm being honest, okay? Now, time check, okay? We have 2 minutes left. We're having a lot of fun, tonight, okay? Yeah, so learn martial art, okay, and learn to be alone, learn to be comfortable when you're alone, okay, and meet divinity. But you need to practice martial arts, learn martial arts, because being alone is not safe, okay? Yeah, so you need to learn martial arts, okay? Too safe when you're alone, okay? But after you learn martial arts, okay, yeah, after you learn many kinds of martial arts, okay, yeah, then you can be safely to be alone somewhere in the world, okay? Yeah, and come up with creativity, some divine inspiration from divinities. Okay, and that's what it is. Okay, do I recommend that to you? Yes, I do. Okay, whether you're married or not, whether you are plan to marry or not, does not matter. Okay, spending a long time with divinity, yeah, I do recommend that. Okay, yeah. So it's been 2 hours. Okay, thank you. Because human is good, human is okay. Yeah, thank you. All right, as soon as time. Okay, thank you. Yeah. Mhm.